I got to bring up Chris Paul too, because Chris Paul's not a top 12 player of all time. He's top, in my opinion, 2025, but he demanded a trade from
and didn't get it.
The Hornets. Well, that another one, because that Hornets team was completely dysfunctional because of they were a small city. They went from 56 wins and a second round team to 49 wins, where he was putting up ridiculous numbers. And then he got hurt the middle of next year. Then they went back, made the playoffs, played Kobe, and then the whole management shifted. They got rid of all their best players because they didn't want to pay them. And then infamously, he gets traded to the Lakers, and then all the owners throw a hissy fit. David Stern sends him to the Clippers, which is hilarious in retrospect. It's like, wow, he really is the most cursed player ever. Could have played with Kobe. Kobe'd probably still be alive, and he'd still be playing right now, him and Chris Paul. And the thing is like that's another part of it, because it's like, wait, in one sense, that showed, okay, now we took a step down from the greatest of all great players. Now Chris Paul's doing it. But at the same time, that was a special situation because of the ownership mess and a small city. And at the same time, he got traded and then it got denied and then he went somewhere else. So I can't help but feel like that's some kind of domino in this whole scheme here.
It's funny that you use the word domino, because I've been writing stuff down. Yeah. And when you brought up Chris Paul, you know what screwed Chris Paul? No supermax. I think that was the first domino to the supermax.
Yeah.
Because if he gets the supermax, he plays 2 more years in New Orleans, requests the same trade, and then gets there because they can't afford to pay him.
He would have wasted 2 years of his prime, though, which he basically did in the Clippers anyway, but whatever.
But the player empowerment would have gotten to that next step that allows him to make it happen. Where before, because this was weird, that I think is what was scaring the owners, and the owners thought the supermax was going to save them. And that was the first domino that was starting to scare them. Like, no, what? Like we couldn't keep them. We couldn't keep Chris Paul. Like, we go in the red so fast. Like, what's going on? And then it's like, well, if you give them the supermax, and in a vacuum, it's like, oh, now the small market team can pay them the most until they ask for a trade. And then they can't sign anybody, and the trade seems reasonable because they literally can't sign anybody else, like the Lakers now.